third video about Evony King's Return, when I'm building the new castle on the new server completely from the scratch and trying to squeeze some tips and information about how to play the game during the process. So this is the very new screen. I just opened it first time. So when you open the screen first time after the server restart, you get daily rewards. They come from the shrine, and every day you get different rewards. So 2 days ago I got 200 gems, as you can see here. Then I got speed up, and today is VIP points, VIP time for 60 minutes. So I'm just going to check in, and when I check in, it will collect those VIP points. Tomorrow there will be day 4 rewards over here. Then the day after tomorrow will be the other one, and then the other one, and the day 7 will be 1000 gems. So I'm just going to go ahead and check in. This is some advertisement for me to buy, to spend some money, which I'm not going to do it. That's another advertisement to buy some money and to spend some money and buy some goods, which I don't want to do. So we're in our screen now, inside the castle. After each server restart, there are a couple of things that you can do straight away. The first thing that I'm going to do is something that I was talking about in the first video. I'm just going to open that little chest on top of here. I'm just going to go ahead and click on it. There's a daily free chest, and it will give me another fragment of Historic General, Yufei. So I collected this one. And what else do we have here? We have one quest to open. So let's open it. It was upgrade hospital to level 9. I've done a couple of improvements on this castle when I wasn't streaming it. Upgraded the keep to level 10. Also, I built some buildings, which is, there we go, Warhol. I built Forge and also Market and Embassy. All those buildings I will need in the future. At the moment, now they are not that terribly important, but because I already could build them, so I just did it. I'm not going to talk about too much about them at the moment. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to collect whatever we can collect for daily activities. Now, what's the daily activity? When you see the tavern here, there's this little chest hovering around. That means that some of the activity points I've managed to collect, and now I can reclaim the rewards. So I'm just going to go ahead and click it. And this is my activity page. So this chest means that I've made 100% of construction activity. So I must have finished upgrading or building a new building, basically. So I'm just going to click on it and collect the rewards. So 1 hour speed up for healing, blue material chest, 2 kilo general XP. The other activities are still not yet completed. As you can see, resources gathering is not completed, resources collecting is not completed, and so on. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna start. I'm just gonna start collecting whatever activities I can do. I always go from the top. So here's my keep. When I click on it, I do levy here, and this allows me to levy some gold. So I'm just gonna do that. And as you can see, once I press this free levy button, the gold count gets higher. So one more, and now I've got 457.7k. Another free levy, I've got 482.2k. So I've done that. Let's check if it completed our activity. Not entirely. We're done 60% of gold levy here. Still good. Okay, next thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna go to shrine and try to do some offering. This offering gives me points, and once I get a certain number of points, I'm gonna get promoted to knight. At the moment, I don't have any rank. Now, when you go to here to the monarch and to the ranking, and when you go to ranking, you see you've got several ranks here in this server. The higher is Archduke, then you get Duke, then you get Earl, Viscount, Baron, and Knight. So you can see we've got in this server, we've got some people promoted to Knights already. And we have some Viscounts as well. Sorry, Barons. There's no Viscounts yet. Yeah, so I have a current rank civilian, which means that I'm not even knight yet. So the best way to get those points for the rank is to offer. I don't have many gems, so I'm just going to do 25 here. Pay 25 gems. I can still pay 50 gems, right? And I'm almost there to be knight. So how many gems I have left? 260. Not many. I'm not worried about that I have 260 only. I can always get more of them. Let me just put one more. 100. There you go. And now I've got a points to become a knight. Now the thing is that I'm not going to become a knight immediately. When you go to the ranking here again, I'm still civilian. This is something that people at the beginning they get a little bit confused with. This knight ranking will be given to me on the next Sunday. So I have to wait till the next Sunday to get that rank actually. If by next Sunday I'm going to accumulate more points to become a baron, then I'm just going to get promoted to knight and then immediately to baron. But it's not going to happen immediately right now, just because I got this threshold of 5,000 points. So that's the little tip to know about, because some people just get confused at the beginning. Say, well, oh, they say I've got points, but why I'm still showing civilian or whatever it is my current rank. And that's normal. That's how the game is basically operating. Now we're going to collect some resources. And I got some activity for that, and for offering as well, because I offered now a little bit more gems. So now I got enough points to open the first chest on top here. So I'm just going to go ahead and open it. Give me 58k of gold and white material chest. That's fine. Now we've got 2 quests here, so I'm just going to claim whatever it is to claim from those quests. We'll see if we can upgrade the king to higher level. Now we still got 91.58% to become LV12 king. Well, it's gonna happen soon. Now, the other part of activity, I'm just going down. We're going to the market. This is something that I built. When I click on it, I can tax my resources. Every time, after every server reset, which happens every 24 hours, I get 1 round of free tax. So what to tax? Usually I just decide based on what I need the most. When I look on top here, I've got 1 million stone, so I don't need to tax stone. It's still plenty. And I've got 347.5k of food and 182.3k of lumber. So I'm just going to tax lumber because that number, because this is what I'm mostly missing. So let's just go ahead and tax it. Yeah, now we get a little bit more. And then we also can do patrol. So if I just click on the wall here, we've got patrol. With every time, every day after server reset, you get 3 free patrols. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it. And again, the second one. And the other one. And that's it. That's done. Might open this little chest as well. Oh, got 50 gems from it. Nice. And I'm going to go back to the tavern. And as you can see, this little thing here on top of the tavern, it's stamina. Server every few hours gives you a little bit of stamina. There's 25 units. You just want to make sure that you want to collect it. Because stamina, it is something that you need to kill monsters. And also if you need to hoard gems. What gather the gems. That if you want to send your troops to the gems tile and gather some gems, it requires stamina. Also, as far as I remember, you needed to explore the relic. So every time server gives you the stamina, you just want to go ahead and take it. Your stamina count, by the way, is here on the left hand side in the bottom. When you have this little plus highlighted, you can click on it and you can collect this 25 units of stamina. There you go. I'm just going to go ahead and do it, and now I've got 202 units, which is, well, you can get more on my other castle in the server. I have at the moment 2,000 units, but well, we're just beginning here. I'm just going to go ahead and open those quests again. So these are the basic things that you do when you log in the next day. You just collect whatever you can collect, any gems, any rewards, etc., etc. And then you go from there. There's another activity here showing as well. So I'm just going to collect further rewards. Nice. And here in the event center, I've got this little red dot here. This is the way that Evony tells me that there's something else to collect here. So I'm just going to click on it. And then we have those nice login rewards. What are the login rewards? During some of the events, this is what Evony gives you. Every time you log in, we get rewards. So at the moment, I logged in the 4th day now. Today is the 4th day since I logged in. So I'm just getting rewards for login 4 days. So I'm just going to go ahead and claim it. Will be 400 gems here and some other things. Right, got it. Now the other thing is in this menu, there is another red dot. It usually tells you that there's something that Evony wants you to do. So when you click on it, there's a red dot here, this little one next to research. That means that Evony wants you to go ahead and do some research. And when you click on it, we're still straight away on the research page. I'm going to go ahead and go to military. And I'm going to do cavalry armor. Started research. It's going to take 2 hours. I'm going to speed that thing up. This hand here is a button. If I press it, that means that I'm going to ask other alliance members for help. I'm just going to go ahead and press it, and then when I do it, other alliance members will see this little hand here on the alliance button. And when they open it, they will be able to help me out. Now, if we're in the alliance button, we have alliance treasure. There's 1 treasure to collect. This is alliance activity chest. Once people playing the game in the alliance, they collect some points, and once they get some points, activity points, the other players get alliance activity chest to open. So I'm just going to go ahead and open it. At the moment, I just earned this chest because I was doing some activities. So I'm just going to go ahead and confirm it. It's not much. You can claim only 7 of those chests daily. As you can see here, daily claim times 1.7. There's always something. With this game, there is a 1 golden rule. If there is anything for you to collect, you collect it. Even if you don't need it now, you will need it sometime later. So anything that Evony gives you, you take it. Right? You try not to pass any opportunities, and try not to leave anything behind, because right now this castle is in very early stages, so you don't need many resources, you don't need many speed ups to go ahead and develop your castle. But on the later stages, the amount of resources and the amount of speed ups that you need, they grow. This grows, this amount grows, and you will find yourself that, for instance, to upgrade one building, it takes 75 days, or 100 days, or 200 days, or 500 days. So you want to collect everything you can collect, because all those little things add up and will help you down the road. Also, we've got this dot near alliance signs here. I'm just going to donate. And I'm going to donate into mounted troop attack. And as you can see, those alliance points are growing, which is what I will need later on to purchase the truce agreement from Alliance Shop. There we go. All points collected. Now I've got 11,780. Now, if I want to keep donating to Alliance, then I have to wait 4 hours. At the moment, it won't allow me to, because I don't have enough gems. If I had over 448 gems, I could pay those gems and keep donating. But I'm just gonna wait for 4 hours. I don't have any other choice anyway. We've got another activity, which is Alliance donation. Some quests to complete. So I'm just go ahead and collect it. I'm gonna have some monarch points. Let's do it. Again, event center tells me that I can collect something else. Great ambition. That's how this thing is called. So for login for 3 days, I'm gonna get some rewards. So I'm just gonna go ahead and claim them. And in the day 2 here, there's something to be claimed as well. Self-sufficiency. Produce and claim 800k resources in the city, which apparently Evony tells me that I did it, so I'm just going to claim rewards for that. Nice. Going back to the castle. Also, I seem to have 3 mails here. And this is the mail for someone who's trying to tell me something. What is this? Only active players group. It would be nice if I knew actually what he means by that. This is not important to us. Oh, this message actually I've saved yesterday. Out of beginner protection. So I'm not sure if you remember, if you watched the first video, after 3 days from setting up completely new castle, your initial protection is gone. So this initial truce agreement, this shield, or the way we call it is bubble, it's gone. And then the castle begins vulnerable to attacks. So I had a little bit more gems here, so I actually bought for gems 3-day truce agreement. And when I look in here in the castle and the keep, actually, when I click it and do city buff, this is my truce agreement that I purchased. So I've got still 2 days and 6 hours left. So I've got 2 days and 6 hours to figure out the way how to get another truce agreement. Otherwise, if I'm not gonna get it, then somebody can just attack me, and all I did in the castle, most of the things I did in the castle in terms of producing soldiers, will be gone because they're gonna get killed. But I'm protected for 2 days now, so I'm just gonna carry on and keep playing. The only thing that I'm really interested in is that what this guy actually meant here by sending this message. Only active players group. Right. Join us. He's probably inviting me to join his alliance. Alright, well, I'm just gonna think about it. I'm not gonna go ahead and converse with him just yet. Now, let's see what else I can do in the castle. So I've got 4 hours left to upgrade the wall from level 9 to 10. Let's see if I have speed ups to speed this process up. I'm just gonna go ahead and click on the wall, go to speed up, and let's see what we got here. Well, not really. I mean, nobody in the right mind is going to use 3 days speed up to clear 4 hours. I've got remaining time 4 hours 19 minutes, so I'm not going to use those speed ups. I will need them later on for bigger upgrades. I could use this 30 minutes, but it's just going to give me only 1 hour. But I've got 298 5-minute speed ups. It will cost me 51 to clear it. I should be fine if I just pay 51. I'm just going to go ahead and use them. So my wall is now level 10. And I have some activity. By the way, to access your activity, you don't have to go always to the tavern. It is in this menu here as well. So when I go ahead and click on it, you see there's activity here. If I click on it, it takes me to the same place. Resources collecting is done. So you just need to go back to the tavern every time. Those are 2 ways to access the activity. Either you can go to the tavern and then just get the activity menu here straight away, or you can go through the menu here. And So that's how you can navigate to activity tab. I have some green arrows, which means that I can upgrade something. Now, because I'm anticipating that I will be doing more upgrades, then I'm going to upgrade some of those mines or quarries. I'm just looking for the lowest one at the moment. It's number 4, number 4, number 4. Because those farms, you see, like these are the farms here, quarry and sawmill, they produce those resources on top. So farms are producing food, quarries are producing stone, and sawmills are producing lumber. So I guess all of them. So I want to basically keep upgrading them so they produce more. Because sooner or later this will matter. Now it maybe doesn't matter that much because they're still small. I think number 4 is the lowest, the highest is number 7 sawmill here. But the further the game progresses, the more you need those resources. And whatever is produced here, you claim and warehouse when you have this little hand hovering around on top. So I'm just going to go ahead and upgrade sawmill and another one. And I'm going to ask other members for help. Good. So let's just take a look if there's anything else we can do here. I don't think so. We might check if we can build another building. So let's just go to this empty tile. I can build workshop. Okay. Workshop produces siege machines. I'm just going to go ahead and build it because I will need siege machines later on, not now. I'm just going to put it into level 2. For that I got quest points. Nice. So now it's time to find and kill some monsters. Also, what I haven't told you yet, when I wasn't streaming, I got some new generals. Evony was kind enough to give some generals to me. So I got this Jing Yuxin, or whatever you pronounce that. Constance I already had, and I got Spartacus. All those 3 generals are purple generals, which I was explaining in the first video. The second best generals. I'm especially happy with this Jin because he has initial increase mounted troop attack by 20%, and he also takes more resources, 15% more resources from resources spot. So he is quite nice general. I did some work on him already, and I'm gonna use him to attack some monsters. So as you can see here, uh, 2 days ago, all this field was all but bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. Everybody had a bubble over it, right? Now, almost nobody has one. All those people were new players. Uh, and their time of this first truce agreement is gone now, has passed. So now they are unprotected. And nobody in the right mind is going to attack them yet because they're very unlikely that they have any troops to kill and many of resources over there. But they're not protected. Since I'm just pushing for development, I already have some troops produced in the castle. Then I have to stay on the bubble. just in case somebody wants to attack me. Now, what we have here is this weak Fenrir. You see the blue monster with a fairy tail. Right, let's see if this weak Fenrir actually belongs to our alliance. If it belongs to our alliance, that means if somebody from our alliance actually uh, put him here, that means that I will be able to attack it. If it comes from a different alliance, then I won't. So I'm just going to go ahead and click it. No, I don't have an option to attack. That means that this Fenrir belongs to a different alliance. So I won't be able to do anything else about him. I'm just going to find a different monster to kill. And some monster there is perhaps worthwhile. Now this skeleton dragon boss is too strong for me just yet. I will have to build a little bit more army to be able to kill him. I don't even have to check, I just know it. Well, we've got regular monster bandit, so I'm just gonna attack it. Now you see I was talking about stamina, which is needed to attack monsters. So when I click on this monster and type attack, it costs me to attack 6 units of stamina. Just something to remember. All those small regular monsters, they cost 6 units of stamina to attack. Let's put horse archers and march. So now I'm attacking this monster. Since I've got a little bit more troops as well, I'm just gonna go ahead and attack another monster. Uh, by the way, with the monsters is like this. You see, this robber, for example, has a number 1. This is the same type of robber, but he has number 3, which means it is a little bit stronger. The higher the number, the stronger the monster is. At the moment, I'm killing bandit number 9. And I'm going to be successful because I already checked before. And so the higher the number, uh, the stronger the monster is, and more often or not, it gives you better rewards. I'm just gonna go ahead and attack this bandit here with my second general. I'm gonna go ahead and march. The result of my attack shows up in the email. Monster report. So when I click on it, it tells me the victory, you defeated the monster. And this is like a short report what I gained from it. So I gained 180 points of Monarch EXP, 191 General EXP. I gained 18 points of Prestige, some alliance points, and 1 medal and white material chest. This is something that I'm more interested in. The reports about what happened to my troops after the attack. So I went with total troops of 13,600. All of them survived, so I didn't get any wounded. Nobody got deserted and nobody got killed. And down the bottom it tells me which general I used, the level of this general, and the power of this general. So this is how you read the report from Killing Monster. So I'm just quite happy. I managed to kill this. I've got another quest here. I'm just going to go ahead and open it and claim my rewards. Nice. Let's take a look if we have anything else nice to kill in the vicinity. This is, by the way, the big part of this game. You just keep scanning uh, the territory around you, looking for something to kill, so you can get speed ups or points or whatever it is that you want to get. That's quite typical day of Evony player. Oh, I found this boss red cup. Now I've tried before, and my troops were a little bit too weak. But since I tried the last time to kill this boss red cup, I produced a little bit more troops, and I've done a little bit more research. So now I'm gonna go ahead and check if I improved my power enough to be able to take down this boss red cup monster. So let's just click him, go ahead and do attack. You see, boss monster cost more stamina. There's 15 units now. As you remember, when we were doing the regular monster, this bandit, there was only 6. Now boss monsters cost you more. You have to bear this in mind. Generally, you want to know how much of units of stamina a particular boss monster cost, because some of them cost too much and they don't give you enough rewards. When you develop your castle, you will have to kill those monsters eventually, and this is really, really big pain because you pay, let's say, 20 units of stamina and you're just getting very poor rewards. But you're not strong enough to kill another monster, a higher monster, who still costs 20 units of stamina, but gives you much better rewards. And some monsters, they're just not worth killing. They're just not worth killing. They consume lots of stamina, but the rewards that they give you are pretty poor. Uh, but this is something for later in the game. But just be aware that it's good to know which monster cost how much of stamina units. In any event, you in any event, I'm not going to go into deeper into that. Just keep that little thought in mind. So let's try and kill this red cup and see what the result's going to be. Oh, now system tells me that your winning odds are extremely low. Are you sure you want still to send the troops? Yes, I still want to try it because uh, very often system tells you that the system is trying just to discourage you from attacking, but you actually can kill the monster. So just because it tells you that all your winning odds are extremely low, it doesn't really matter much. You need to always check yourself. So since the last attempt, I upgraded my general a little bit, and I gave him more troops, and also I've done some research on those troops. Then I'm just gonna find out if I actually can take down this boss Red Cup. If not, then I still have to work on the soldiers, on the general. Oh, I've got another activity chest to open. Basically, I'm waiting now for my troops to attack this red cup to see what happens. And since I can send second march, I'm just gonna find myself another monster to kill. Preferably something with number 8. Oh well, I don't have an 8, but I've got 7. Good enough. By the way, sometimes but you see this green line. Yeah, that's the line indicating that your troops are going somewhere, either to attack or to join the relic or whatever it is that they're going for. If you want to quickly grab the current position of your general, then you go to that information here. You see, that's my face of my general. System tells me it is marching. He's marching. He's got 1 minute and 6 seconds left to reach the target. When I click on it, it takes me straight to the general, so that I can go to his exact position. And now automatically this menu opens. If I hit target, the game will take me straight away to the target. That's just a little tip. Sometimes you need it, especially during battles. Okay, so we successfully killed Bandit with 0 wounded. Very nice. And we got this little hammer here. Hammers are actually quite important. I'm just going to show you what to do with them in a moment. I'm just curious if I can kill this red cup or not yet. He didn't disappear. That means there's not yet. And when I go to monster report, it tells me the monster defeated you. So obviously, if the monster defeats you, you got 0 rewards. And I've got some wounded, 680. Uh, that's a normal thing. I'm not worried about it. All I need to do is to go back to the castle and start healing those wounded. So to heal the wounded, you want the hospital. So I have the hospital. I'm just going to click on it, and there's this little heart button, heal, and then down the bottom, command heal. I can ask for help. 43 minutes to heal my troops, and we can speed this up. So I'm just gonna click on the hospital again, click speed up. I'm gonna use 30 minutes speed up here, and then 10 minutes speed up, and I've got 2 minutes left to heal. But 2 minutes I can wait. I don't need to speed up 2 minutes. Now also, what I can see, we can upgrade another building. So remember when I told you, when you have this hand here, when you press it, you collect all those resources from all your quarries and all your sawmills and farms. All those resources that showing up over here in those little circles. But if I don't want to just collect all of them, I can click on individual circle, like here. And then I'm just going to collect resources from this particular building. So I just did that because I want to upgrade this sawmill. Since I have a green arrow here, I can do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it. And I'm going to ask for help. And that's it. Okay. So I told you I'm going to say a little bit more about hammers. So let's go talk about hammers. When you go to this event here and click on it, you've got the first in list crazy eggs. Right? When I click on it, we've got 4 eggs, and we can smash those eggs, and you need hammers to smash them. So going from top to the bottom, you need 3 hammers to smash that particular one, and then you need 12 hammers to smash this one, 6 to smash this one, and 8 to actually to break this one. At the moment I have 4, so I'm just gonna go ahead and smash this first egg. My system is asking me if I really want to do it. Yes, I really want to do it, otherwise I wouldn't press it. So I got 500 chips from that, 500,000 food box, advanced city teleporter, which is very important thing. I was actually counting on getting this, and 10 kilo monarch XP. And those rewards I can use straight away. The other eggs have even better rewards. So now I can claim it, whatever I can claim. So you remember I got 10,000 monarch XP points. Here is my 10,000 taken from the egg. So when I'm going to use it, I'm going to be upgraded straight away to the next level. I'm just going to confirm. I'm going to use another. These are some from other things, those points, but I'm just going to collect them anyway. So now my monarch is level 12, and I can learn another talent here down at the bottom. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Warehouse protection. This is what I'm learning currently. Warehouse protection is actually quite important. That's why I've chosen this talent. You see in description, it increases the resources protection capacity in the warehouse. I'm just going to tell you what it means exactly. When we go back to the castle, this is our warehouse, right? Just going to get rid of this hand. Now when you click on it and click detail, right? It tells you currently how much of resources it protects. Now, it protects those resources from being plundered or consumed. So let's look at the food, for instance. So because warehouse is now upgraded to level 9, because of that upgrade, it protects 600k of food, of lumber, of stone and ore. Now, because actually I've chosen this talent to increase protection, this gave me additional 120k of each resource to be protected. So let's say that not let's say, I just have 1.1 million of stone. If somebody hits me, they're gonna plunder this, but they won't be able to plunder 720k stone because this is protected. So they're gonna just take everything else, but this will stay with me. So you want to keep increasing this protection. You will find yourself in a situation that you have to gather a lot of resources here to be able to upgrade the building, or you want to just speed up the training of many troops. And if you forget the bubble, if you get hit, this is going to get plundered. All your work of gathering all those resources will be gone. So the higher the protection, the more will stay with you. So this is important part of the game. This protection later on, it's not that significant because, well, sometimes you just need, let's say, 200 million or 300 million resources, and uh, and warehouses protecting, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 million, let's say, for instance. So all the remaining things is going to get plundered anyway. But in the early and mid stages of the game, it's very important. It's very important because you're not going to amass that many resources, but still what you can actually gather here might be very useful to you, and you won't like this to be plundered. So warehouse protection is actually very important, and that's why I tend always to keep the warehouse uh, always upgraded to the highest possible level. Now we've got another activity to collect, which we're just gonna do right now. Our troops are healed. Uh, there's something in the event center. You see this little uh, orange circle here. So let's take a look. Great ambition. Day 3. Every second counts. We used some construction speed ups, and now we used some healing speed ups. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and claim it. Nice. Anything else to be done? Not really. Not at the moment. Right. So now, since we don't have a much to do, and there's not that many monsters to chase around this area, yeah, it's not much, not many in here. So now we can talk a little bit more about troops. Now this is very important topic. It's a good thing that you know about the troops right from the beginning of the game. So Evony King's Return has 4 types of troops. So there is cavalry, or in other words, mounted troops. Then you've got siege machines, you've got ground troops, and range troops, in other words, archers. Now, mounted troops are trained in the building called stables. Siege machines are trained, or more accurately produced, in the building called workshop. Ground troops are trained in the building called barracks. And finally, archers are trained in the building called archer camp. So that's where you find them if you want to train some more. So let's go to stables, for example. It doesn't matter. I can do any kind of troops. Let's go to stables. When you click on it, you've got those 2 little swords crossed, which is written train. And when you click on it, the Evony will tell you what is the highest tier of troops that you can currently train. So it will automatically jump to that highest possible tier. So at the moment I can train tier 3 horse archers. If I move this, if I click this brownish arrow here, this will show me the next tier, and it will tell me what I need to do to be able to train them. So to be able to start with cataphracts, I have to upgrade to level, keep to level, sorry, not keep, this mm, stables to level 11. And then I will be able to train tier 4 troops, right? At the moment I can do only tier 3. Now, when you click on this soldier here, the system will tell you the the statistics of the soldier. It's a specification. Now this is quite important, and I'm just going to talk quite more about those statistics and those specs. So level 3 horse archers have, or maybe okay, let's rephrase it. Let's do it a little bit way. Each soldier, no matter what kind of type it is, has those statistics. So each of them have attack, defense, HP, speed, range, load, upkeep, and power. Now, what you are interested in during the play are first 6 from the top. Uh, excuse me, first 5 on the top. So you're mostly interested in attack, defense, HP, speed, and range. The other statistics are pretty much, you just don't need to look at them. They just there. You can do a little bit more to improve them, but this is something that you not pay attention too much to. Now, what does all those things? What do all those things mean? What is attack? So, attack of any kind type of troop, it measures how much damage this troop can deal to either boss or enemy soldiers. So this is the amount of damage this these tire this tire of troops can deal to the opponent. And it doesn't matter if it's a boss monster, a regular monster, or just a castle, or other players' troops. Now, HP measures how much damage can this soldier take before he's dead. So in some games, the similar things are called life. How much life you have? Uh, Basically, it's his life. So this particular one has 752 points of life. So if he gets attacked, while he still have this, he is alive, right? Once all those 752 are destroyed, he's going to be dead. So now what is the defense? Defense is just like an armor. So if this soldier is attacked, his HP will be intact while the defense is still okay. It's just like basically like an armor. So let's say that this archer is attacked, this um, a cavalier is attacked by archers. So to be able to kill him, archers have to first damage his defense. So they need to zero this 344 points to 0, and then they will have to zero his HP. If defense is still there, HP is intact. All right. So this is what it means. Some people confuse especially defense. They think that defense is when these soldiers are defending the castle from the attack. No, no, it's not. It's not this. This is individual uh, troop armor. That's what this defense means, right? Uh, just make sure that you understand this, because you need to know this. You will need it for the battle mechanics. Those statistics. You need to understand actually what they mean, what they do. Now the other stats is speed. Uh, those archers have 600 speed, right? Now, when we talk about speed, I have to actually mention that in this game you've got at least 3 kinds of speeds. Let's put it this way. So I'm gonna just clear the screen so I'm able to explain it better. Let's go to the field. Okay. Let's mark some monster. This time it can be any of them. I just want to have one which is a little bit distant, preferably with a little bit of a higher number than 3 or 2. Oh, okay, let's take that one. So we're just going to go ahead and attack him. And we're going to march. So, this general is marching against the monster. His speed during this march is called monster march speed. Or, in other words, march speed to monster. This is the first kind of speed in this game. Now, when he kills this monster and comes back, he's no longer marching against the monster. He's just marching. So then you will see there is a second type of speed in action, which is called march speed. And those two speeds are different. They can be researched separately. They can be buffed separately. So you certainly can see the march when the march speed to monsters is faster than march speed back to the castle. Or vice versa sometimes. So these are two types of speed. You have to distinguish them. They're not the same. March speed to monsters is a different thing than march speed. Also, this march speed, not march speed to monsters, comes into play when you actually attack other castles. So let's say that I would like to attack this monarch here. I'm not going to do that, but let's just going to choose attack. And if I march, this will be the march speed. The speed that I have to be able to reach this castle and attack it. It's a march speed. You see now this is the same march speed as the speed of this division coming back after killing the monster. So finally, there is a third kind of speed in this game, and this is troop speed. And the third type is this speed that we have here. This is completely different speed. And this speed has everything to do with the concept of battle mechanics. Now, to be able to explain exactly what this speed means and what it is, we just need to look at stats at any other kind of troops. So we have some sort of like comparison that it will be easier to understand. So let me go, let's say, this time for archers. Let's look at archers. Here we go. So they have a different attack, different defense, different HP, and different speed. Their speed is 100. As you remember, speed of cavalry is 600. So what we say is that archers are slower. They have only speed 100. However, they have a bigger range. But we're going to talk about the range a little bit later. Let's stick to the speed. So now, what does this speed mean? Imagine that you are attacking a monster. Let's say you're attacking a monster. And you choose for that attack 50-50. 50% of cavalry, 50% of archers. It's not a wise play, but I'm just doing it for comparison's sake, just to explain speed better. So what this whole march is doing, first is leaving your castle heading towards the monster, right? So they walk, 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 or run with whatever march speed to monsters you have. Now, when they reach the monster, they stop for a while, and then the first round of attack happens. Now, what you need to know about this game, that all attacks in this game happen always in rounds. There's a one round of attack, and then there is a second round of attack, etc., etc. They don't attack like continuously in the sense they just go and keep fighting. They take rounds. So, when they reach this monster and stop for a while, right? This stop is pretty much like things to better imagine this. Actually, the computer program is unlikely to do that. It just proceeds straight to the first round of the battle. But let's think that it just stop for 1 nanosecond or something. And then you remember, we have 50% of cavalry, 50% of uh, archers. So they stopped, and then it starts first round. So in this first round, cavalry moves ahead towards the monster by 60 units. This is their speed. And archers move ahead towards monster with a speed of 100 units. This is the speed of the troops. So, and then they move and then attack. And they either kill monster, or monster defeats them, or they get some wounded, but still not many wounded enough, so they can do the other round. If they can do the other round, again, cavalry is moving ahead 600 units. This is their speed. The archers is moving another 100 units and then attack. Then they attack. So this is the speed of the soldiers. So when you have basically march that consists of those particular troops, already on the first round of attack, cavalry will always be in front and archers behind them, because cavalry moves 600 units ahead and archers are moving only 100 units. This is the speed of troops. As you can see, it has absolutely nothing to do with the march speed to monsters or march speed. Right? It's a completely different thing. Right? When you look, for instance, in siege machines, they have speed 75. They're even slower than archers. Right? So let's say that we have a march which consists of 1/3 cavalry, 1/3 archers, 1/3 siege machines. So immediately in the first round of attack, there will be like this. Cavalry move 600 units, so they're first. Archers move 100 units, so they're behind the cavalry. And siege machines move only 75 units, so they're going to be behind all previous troops. So it's going to be cavalry, archers, siege machines. right? If you add uh, ground troops to this march, right? They have a speed 350. So let's say that you put equal numbers in your march: cavalry, ground troops, archers, siege machines. Yeah, because of that speed, the cavalry will be first. Then these ground troops, because of their speed 350, will be after them. Then archers and siege machines at the end. At the end, right? This is the speed of particular troops. As I say, this is quite important when it comes to analyzing and thinking about battle mechanics. You need to know this uh, if you want to understand the battle mechanics better, or shall I say more precisely, if you want to guess what the battle mechanics is better, because nobody really knows exactly what the battle mechanics is. But that's an old thing. I searched for some forum, and people were trying to ask Evony developers actually uh, about about some aspects of battle mechanics, and they won't tell you everything. Uh, for certain things, they just answer, "Oh, we want the players to study it themselves." So battle mechanics is generally the very much educated guess. But there are some excellent websites which tell you about battle mechanics in Evony, and it makes sense. However, nobody really knows how it works. Nobody really knows precisely how it works. There are certain things that we know about, and they're pretty much undisputable, but the other things, they're just, oh, basically people have completely different opinions. So that's why I'm explaining this to you, because if you actually get really hooked up with the game, and if you want to really go further to the game and develop your castle and then fight many battles, then sooner or later you will have to start thinking about battle mechanics, because you need to think about how to compose your march, what kind of troops put in the march, and that kind of things. So it's good to understand actually what those stats mean. Now the last important stat about your troops is range. This is very, very important thing. Range. So let's look at the range. Cavalry have range 50, right? Now when we go to ground troops or infantry, they have the same range as cavalry, 50, right? Now when you go to archers, they have a range 500. And finally, when you go to siege machine, they have a range 1400. Now what does this range mean? All right, let's look for instance on that one. It doesn't really matter which of the troops are actually on the screen now. The range is always means the same. It's just a different value. Range 50. So first of all, Evony developers won't tell you what this 50 is. Is it 50 meters? Or is it 50, 100 meters? Nobody really knows. So I'm just going to refer to it as a 50 units of range. What does this range mean? It means that if enemy troop is further away from this archer than 50 units, the archer won't be able to deal any damage to him. However, if the enemy troop gets within 50 units away from our soldier or less, then the enemy troop is within the range of this soldier, and this soldier then can deal the damage to the enemy troop or to boss monster, right? That's his range. So the range of cavalry is pretty short. They need to basically approach the enemy quite closely to be able to deal any damage to them, right? The same range applies to ground troop. They have short range 50, right? So then again, if somebody is out of that range, further away from the soldier than 50 units, the soldier won't be able to deal any damage, right? But it doesn't mean that the reverse is the case. If this soldier is within range of enemy troop type, let's say enemy archer, then they can kill this. They can deal the damage to our soldier, but our soldier cannot. So that's why the ranged troops are so important in the battle. Now you see archers have this 500 range. It means that everything that gets into this range, they can start killing. So let's say that you have cavalry and ground troops attacking, and you are defending yourself with the archers. So as soon as this cavalry, which will be going first, because as you remember, they're the fastest, so they're going to be ahead of the ground troops. So as soon as this cavalry runs within the range of my archers are going to start killing them. And they either kill all of those cavalry or certain percentage of them. And then once the cavalry is followed by ground troops, so when ground troops going to get into the range of 500, then again it's going to get my archers going to kill them. But none of those troops, neither cavalry nor uh, ground troops, can kill my archers because they need to get close to my archers to be able to deal any damage. And both of those troops have range only 50. So they need to get really, really close. So my archers are with the range of 50. So this is why archer troops are so important in the battle against the other soldiers. They have quite weak attack, quite weak HP and defense, but they have range, which means that they start killing everything on their way before enemy soldiers can even approach them. That's why they're so important. This is very, very important troop type if you fight against enemy castles or if you fight over the buildings. Now, siege machines, they have an even bigger range. But look how weak their stats are. Attack is only 100, HP is only 100, defense is only 50. Right? But their range is massive, even longer than archers. So if they attack, they're gonna start killing everything first, what's in front of them, like in the sense of like what's in front of enemy troops in front of them. This is basically like your artillery, artillery. So uh, and they work the best during defense of the castle. When they defend, uh, they not get damaged that much. When they attack, there's more of them get damaged. But if you actually uh, research their buffs and improve their statistics, there's not that bad. They're doing quite well with their attack as well. But they're primarily used for defense because of their high range. If you have plenty of siege machines in your castle and you've got enemy troops approaching, they are the first to kill attacking troops. before even attacking troops can do anything, right? So the siege machines are important parts. You will hear the voices sometimes that are not that important. It's not true. You just need to know how to use them. So these are basically statistics for soldiers, right? These are the statistics for soldiers. So I already started talking a little bit about this, but I'm just going to summarize for what about what particular troops are good for. So our cavalry, because of their high attack and quite high HP as well, they are hands down the best monster killers. Whenever you want to attack monsters, you do it with cavalry. There are no other troops as good as cavalry for that purpose. Everybody, wherever you go, whichever server you go, everybody who knows at least a little bit about the game, for the monsters, they use cavalry. And full stop, end of story. There's no discussion about this. Now, ground troops. This is a little bit more tricky, but generally they're not good against monsters because they have a weak attack. They're not going to deal much of a damage to the monster, so we don't use them against monsters. But they are good in defense and attacking other castles. They have a high HP and high defense, so they can actually take in a lot of damage before they're dead. And this comes up handy. This comes up handy during defense of the castle and during attacking the castles. I'm not going to go into the details exactly why, but you just need to take it on face value at the moment. Because again, this has a lot of to do with the battle mechanics. Now, archers are hands down the best of attacking either enemy castles or attacking the enemy troops that are within the building that you want to take over. And they have a definitely weaker attack than calves, but they are winning with this range. Basically, they are winning with this range. They start killing everything very early. So that's why if you see like more developed server, you see that the main generals developed are always archer generals because people need them for PvP battles. So they always this is one of the most important general to do the archers because you use archers to attack castles. And also you can use to attack castles, you can use siege machines. Again, because of their even longer range. But siege machines, as I already said, they work a little bit better when you defend. So at some stage, I'm just going to do the tutorial on which I'm going to show you my well-developed castle on different server. And I'm going to show you in detail some battle reports and my composition of my attacking march. I usually compose it with most of the archers and siege machines. I don't put any other troops. I could do ground troops as well, but just by practice, I noticed that the best combo is actually archers and siege machines to attack. So I'm just going to do a little bit of like tutorial. I mean, maybe not like tutorial, but I'm just going to show it to you on my bigger castle uh, in an upcoming video. So you will see a little bit better. And also I'm going to show you the generals, how people cultivate them and what is the level that you actually want to achieve. Uh, but this is going to be a different video. All you need to remember right now is if you're a beginning player, you need to know how to read those statistics and you need to know which which troop type is designed for which purpose. So again, just to summarize, Cavalry, hands down against the monsters. There's no better troops to deal with the monsters than cavalry. That's why I already produced cavalry, because at this early stage I'm not going to attack anybody like any other players, but I want to start killing monsters, and preferably the biggest possible. So that's why I'm building cavalry at the moment. Siege machines, mostly defense. Mostly defense. However, they do well in attack as well. They do well. You just need to know how to develop them. You just need to work on their statistics and their buffs before you can actually send them to battle. But if you do the good research about them, they're becoming really effective. Now, ground troops, you need to know that they're good both for attacking castles and both for defending your castles. They're pretty much equally good for all those purposes. They're not very good with the monsters, so don't send them against monsters. It's just a waste of stamina. And finally, archers. Archers are the best to attack, and they're good in the defense as well. That's what I forgot to tell you. The defending of the castles, they're good as well in that purpose. So basically, and this is what most players do, uh, they keep cavalry just to attack monsters, and the other troop types, they keep them to attack castles and to defend their own castle. That's how it goes. All right, so I believe there's a little bit of a lot of to take in from this video about troops and about uh, troop types and their statistics. So I'm just going to conclude in a moment, and I'm going to continue with the next stream shortly, in which we'll tell you a little bit more about actually how to figure out which of the generals are the best for particular purpose, how to calculate it yourself so you don't have to listen to the 100,000 advisors that you might hear, uh, because there will be plenty of people on your server trying to advise you and tell you, oh, this general is better than that general, and etc. etc. So I'm just going to show you how to calculate it and how to assess it yourself, so you can make your own decisions basically, and you don't need to follow somebody's advice blindly. So this is going to be the main topic of the next video. So that's it for now. From me, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some useful knowledge from this broadcast, and I will see you on the next video. So thank you very much, and you all have a wonderful day.